part of an investment fund in California, but I also I'm wholesaling nationwide.
Okay. And then y'all can see here in that big truck. You out there with the truck, you know, it's a whole community out there right now where truck drivers are getting into wholesaling and real estate investing. But it's a great way to get out of it. If that's something you're interested in doing, or stay, you know, you can continue to do that and do this on the side. So what's crazy is that when I first got started, that's what I did. I was in the truck. So I closed my first 4 deals behind an 18-wheeler, right? So it's definitely something you can do. Absolutely. All right, who's next? Joe, you next?
Yeah, he's on mute.
He's on mute there. Let me see if I can hear Peppy out real quick. Okay, got a couple people coming in here. Give me a second here. Okay, yeah, I think. Yeah, it's not working, Joe. All right, here we go. I got you now. You good, Joe?
Am I on?
Yes, sir.
All right. My name is Joe Murray. I live in Wiley, Texas. I started a real estate course 2 years ago. Excuse me. I'm a paramedic right now, and I work for an ambulance transport team. So I have access to a lot of nurses and doctors that are buying and selling houses all the time. So I'm looking to get into that kind of thing, and then eventually into commercial, like self-storage units and maybe RV parks and such.
Yeah.
But right now I'm working on nursing school first.
Okay. So yeah, man, that the self-storage unit, I'm just getting into that myself. I actually have a PowerPoint presentation I'm gonna kind of go over a little bit with the group. Maybe next week I'm gonna do that as well. I have a little small ebook that I've been doing a lot of researching on it. I think it'd be beneficial, but I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I've never done one yet. So we can learn together if you're interested in doing it. So, or we can find somebody who's been doing it for a long time and maybe you get on it with them and work out together, you know. So, but yeah, one thing about me, I'm gonna tell you what's real. If I haven't done it, I haven't done it. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, but I'm interested in learning. So
sounds good.
But if you want that book, I can send it to you.
Yeah, I'll take anything.
Drop your email address if you don't mind, or DM it to me. I'll send it out to you today.
Okay, how do I get it to you on here?
Go to the, let me see.
Chat. If you go to chat,
Chat.
you'll be able to put it in chat.
I don't see that.
You're on your phone?
Yeah, I tried to get on my my laptop, but I couldn't make it work, so I'm on my phone.
Yeah, so if you tap the screen, then you'll see your icons come up at the bottom, and it should have a chat button down there.
You have the sideways, you gotta push the 4 button.
But if not, what I'm gonna do, if you stay on it, like if you stay on to the end, I can see if I can try to send it to where you can't get to the chat anyway.
No, participants.
I tell you what, you got a pen with you? I'm gonna text you my text number, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
972 836 9814. And just text me your email address, and today I'll send that out to you.
Perfect. I'll send that to you as soon as we're through here.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anybody left? What's your name? What city you logging in from? What part of real estate you looking to get into? Anybody left? Don't be shy. All right. Ms. Roxanne, I'm gonna call you out, Ms. Roxanne. I see you over there. You got a comment for me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Where you calling from?
I fell right asleep. Oh, do you have a watch charger? Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you hear me. Ms. Roxanne, you there? My bad. I put you on the spot. That was my fault. So, all right. So let's do this then. Let's get rolling here, man. Let me take this thing down here. I don't know how to do that, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, Jay, you I guess I'll start first, man. me a second here, guys. Showing W-9s and all this type of stuff. Let me see here. How do I get out of that? All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm working with something a little different here. So we're going to jump right on. I tell you what, we're going to jump on this here first. This is called Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, let's get rolling here. Oh, man, it froze. Okay, the 3 golden rules to real estate investing. All right. Hey, Jay, are you able to accept people in on your end?
Let me check.
What's your?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I see Shannon. I can take care of that.
I'm gonna focus on this real quick then. All right,
Go
the
ahead.
3 rules to real estate investing. All right, you guys have a pen and paper with you? Be good to jot this little information down. So you got the 2%, 50%, and the 7% rule in this business, right? So let's kind of go over a few things. So the 2% rule in real estate is a rule of thumb which suggests that rental property is a good investment if monthly rental income is equal to or higher than 2% of the investment property price. For example, for a $100,000 property, the rental income has to be at least $2,000 to meet the 2% rule. Now, keep in mind that in a lot of these different international cities like Dallas, it's probably hard to find a deal like that. So you have to get outside of this market to find a 2% deal, right? In the Midwest, or let's say California, New York, you're definitely gonna find something like that in those areas. But you go to the Midwest, you may find you something like that. More than not, right? To compute this, take the expected monthly income and divide it by the ARV of the home. And if you get 2% or more, then it's a good investment. So here's an example. So the monthly income is $1,200. The ARV is 100K. So 1,200 divided by 100K, 1.2%. That's a great example there for you. Here's another one. Monthly income is 2,200. ARV is 100,000. 2,200 divided by 100,000 is 0.22. 2.2. And it's a reason why we do the 2% rule. So one more thing. So if you get 1.7 or 1.99%, you consider it a good deal since it's close to 2%. And here's why. And I know I'm going kind of fast. We got a lot of information to go over. If you need this PowerPoint presentation, let me know. I'll email that to you as well. So that way you have it. All right. So on average, about 50% of the income generally generated by the property will go toward all the expenses related to renting that property, including taxes, insurance, utilities, repairs, and vacancies. So half of it, right? If you're renting a unit for $2,000 per month, 50% of it, 50% or $1,000 will be used for expenses. The remaining $1,000 will be for the mortgage profit. If the mortgage is $700, you will leave a $300 profit per month. So as an investor, you have to look at the property as an investor, right? So, as an investor. So you want to make sure you do a 2% rule. Some people do 1%. I mean, it works for some people, right? But when I'm buying property like that, I'm trying to buy it at the 2% rule. So that way I'm safe. I'm safer, right? Can't say 100% safe because nothing in investing is 100%. You're going to be safe, right? But you're safer when you do the 2% rule. All right, the 50% rule. Remember that the 50% rule is meant to be your final analysis. The property is just the beginning, right? Consider other factors such as repair costs, location, property appreciation, and market value. All right, 70% rule. The 70% rule helps real estate investors and wholesalers determine the maximum price they should pay for an investment property. Basically, they should spend no more than 70% of the home after repair value minus the cost of renovating the property. That 70% rule is what we use as wholesalers, right? So it is the formula. After repair value times 70% estimated repair cost is the max offer. So let's do the numbers, right? So, so after the property is fixed all the way up, the property is worth $100,000. We use round numbers, right? Then you want to times that by 70%, which is $70,000. Then whatever repair cost is, let's say repair cost is $10,000. So the max offer is $60,000. Now let's say you want to make $5,000 off the deal. So the max offer now is $65,000 on this particular property. It's a formula. All right. For example, a $200,000 property times 7% is $140,000. Repair cost is $20,000, and take out your fee, whatever you want to make. If you want to make 5, it'll be $115,000. Want to make 10, it'll be $110,000. Just remember, guys, you got to make sure, make sure that you don't try to kill every deal. I know, some people have made a whole lot of money on wholesale deals, but not every deal you can make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I mean, I've done a deal where I only made $250 on the deal because I did the numbers wrong, right? Actually, it was $500, but I did it with somebody else. It was a JV deal with a student of mine at the time. So they made $250, I made $250. But technically, I only spent probably all in all, probably about a good hour on the deal. So it was really worth it, right? But that's how it goes, guys. Another example, ARV is 500,000, times 7% rule is 350,000, repair cost is 40,000, max allowable offer is 310,000. So can you guys see the formula? Anybody have questions about this? Let me know if you have questions about the formula. So everybody got that down. You can unmute yourself if you have questions. No questions? So of course, none of these rules are good as analyzing a potential real estate deal in depth, but they can act as a filter for potential deals that won't fit your criteria. All right. That's it on this one right here. Jay, you want to attack one right quick? Man, how do I give this to you?
No, it's all good, man. So, I mean, I was actually, looking at and thinking about your 70% rule, and typically, yeah, the 70% rule is what we've been doing. But what I've actually seen is that there are some buyers that will buy over that, which also gives you the potential to earn more money if you're doing the 70% rule and you can make a lower offer. Then that means your buyer will be able to pay more for that property, and then hence you will make a bigger spread on your assignment fee in a wholesale deal. And then of course we've got some corporate buyers that are actually paying 100% or more, depending on the property, without even using that 70% rule. So they're paying like 95 to 100% retail value for some of those properties that we're getting for them. Hedge funds is what we call them.
That's really good, man. The turnkey deals sometimes, man, they definitely pay that for it. Yep. That's why it's important when you're talking to your investor. You ask them what's the max you'll pay on the deal? What's the percentage of the max you'll pay? Because if they, like I said, if they say 80%, you got a little bit more money to make on the deal. You say 70% off top, you can make a little bit of money there too. So it's important to reach out to them to see what's the max they can pay on the deal. All right, any questions about that? No? Okay, everything's on point.
I got a question for Joe though. Joe, you said that you had got a course. What course was that?
It was 360 training or one of those, I think.
360. Okay.
Yeah, I had started on it, but I didn't get to finish it.
How long have you had it, Joe?
What's that?
How long have you had it?
This was 3 years ago.
Okay. Like a book of stuff? Did it give you like a big old?
No, it was an online course.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
But real life just got in the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that. Did they help you at all?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot, and a lot of the terms, it was a good break-in, but I wish I'd finished, so I'm going to go back and work on that later.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I ran across people, who spent a lot of money on courses and stuff like that, man. You just got to be kind of careful with that. I've learned from, to be honest with you, I learned from watching YouTube videos. I learned from buying books, reading on books. Matter of fact, I'm around here. So, well, I'm reading on commercial stuff right now. So, what I'm reading on now, I learned from being around people who are actually out there. We're going to REI meetups, getting next to some people who are actually shaking and moving in the business, and just kind of learn as I go. In this business, what I learned too is that you learn as you start doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'll use this analogy, right? So let's say you've never ridden a bike before, and you told a person, "Teach me how to ride a bike," but just write a book about how to ride a bike and explain it to me, or let me read it. You'd be like, "What are you talking about? Keep your balance. What are you talking about?" It don't make no sense, right? And it's not until you get on that bike and you start pedaling for yourself and you fall a few times, you kind of understand what is required for, right? Same thing in real estate. You got to get in this business, make some calls, stumble over your words, whatever it takes, and sooner or later you'll get your sea legs and you'll be ready to rock. Just get started. That's what I always say. Just get started. So, all right. Anybody else got any questions on here?
I have a question. In the Dallas market, are you finding that wholesalers are using the 70% rule?
Yes and no. I can say yes and no. I think like over in certain parts of the area, they're going up a little higher. And then I guess I can say it this way. Overall, yes, about 70% overall. But there's a couple people that go a little higher. But like I was saying, with the people that we working with, they go even higher.
Okay. Thank you.
I will say this too, is one of the things that you want to do as well is a hard money lender is the people that typically will lend to the buyer who's purchasing the property from you if you're doing a wholesale deal to do the rehab on it. So I typically look at those local hard money lenders to see what percentage they're lending up to, and then that gives you a better idea. And it's okay to also call them and ask them, hey, this is a zip code. Have you done anything over there before? What would you pay up to on ARV on that? And typically, if you make a membership, not a membership, but a collaboration with them, they might also be able to ones that fund your buyer for the deal that you found for them.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second, Jake. Take over for a second. I got this title company lady's gonna come on with us real quick.
Okay, cool. So and I saw Christopher one time. I saw your video, buddy, where you were doing some walking for dollars, man. So I know you out there doing your thing on your spare time. And you say you're doing it all over. We do in certain areas. We're doing Missouri, St. Louis area. We still do some Dallas, typically also in Atlanta. So we're kind of all over the place doing deals. And that's when you start to notice that percentage will change based on the market and where you actually are.
Yeah,
I have a sheet where I use because a lot of times I use the 22, which would be the 78, and I'll use that a lot because, like you said, I go to a lot of different markets,
Mm-hmm.
and and I have my investor group in California, so California, Miami, St. Lucie, places like that. That's where they have their 20% like they ain't done. So
Yeah, most of those areas are typically around, 0.85. Especially, California. And then you said Port St. Lucie, right? Down in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
St. Lucie, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the same place, but it's St. Lucie and it's Port. I travel a lot there. This little fun. I went on a vacation out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see the send me a text back to get ready to log in now. So
Okay,
we have a lady that's going to log in. She's working with a title company. Well, she's the owner. If I'm not mistaken, she's actually the owner of the title company, and she's going to give us some good information. I think a lot of times, a lot of wholesalers, when they come into this business, they really don't know how to submit their deals to title companies. What I like to do, I submit the contracts, of course, but also send an email with it explaining the deal, how the deal should go. I think it's important to do that. You know what I'm saying? It kind of cuts down on the calls. People, hey, well, so what's going on? Who's this and who? If they read the contract, you'll see what's going on. But sometimes you got to kind of explain it to them. So I do that on every single deal. So hopefully she call here in a few seconds. So, okay. So I like to, Jason, do you have REI Pro set up on yours?
Yeah, man. Always, man. The team's always working on that thing.
Let's go through a couple of things on REI Pro, if you don't mind.
No, it's cool. Hold on, let me.
So I always tell people, man, if you are new to wholesaling, one of the softwares that I think you really should have is REI Pro. Now, mind you, I don't get paid for promoting them at all, but this is one that I actually use myself because there's a lot of stuff that's on there that's very beneficial, especially for a new person. We'll see. We'll go over a few things with you.
You can see that, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Was there something specific that you wanted to take a look at?
No, just kind of go through, if you don't mind, a few things.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll tell you one of the biggest benefits of this, and this also goes towards what Joe was saying. When you have courses, one of the biggest things inside of REI Pro, no matter if you don't use any of the other features, but you're looking for knowledge and information, it's here inside of REI Pro as part of that system. So it helps you with your business startup guide, certain things about strategies in real estate, your marketing, and building your team. So all that information is actually right here inside of that system. And then also it gives you a blueprint for wholesaling. That's one of the biggest things inside of here, because most of the time you'll end up buying a course, but then you also don't have the tools. But this also gives you the tools and the education and knowledge right within inside of the system. One of the things that we use it for, and of course with my acquisition people, because of the markets that we're actually in, it keeps us accountable for follow-ups, being able to pull leads inside of that system, and then knowing where our leads are. For example, this is the dashboard. So whatever area that we're in, if we're working Dallas County, we'll know the statistics for Dallas County, what leads we can actually pull from that area, and then things that are actually on our calendar to work. And of course, we have a team that does certain things right here. So I can actually go inside of there and look at my team's calendars as well to find out what's going on with their properties and the things that they're handling. Over here, so our websites and generating leads. So we've got 3 leads that come in. It gives us the opportunity to work those that come in from our websites, from our text marketing. PPC comes right into this system, so we can pick those up, get started and running with them, and make phone calls to our clients. And then I'll just go straight to properties. These are our follow-ups that are down here that are set on specific dates. But if we go to properties, clear that filter out. We're currently in our pipeline. We've got 226 properties that we're currently working or either have closed on, or we're researching to find additional information to get those closed. Your marketing, you can send your postcards out inside of this system. Everything's done inside of here for you. Of course, it costs money to do so, but you have that ability to pull your leads, get those things mailed out, and be done with it. I mean, you know what? There's a whole lot inside of this system. It would take me probably a whole day to go through each and everything that we're actually looking at. But this is just one particular property. You got an opportunity to pull your comparable sales inside of here. So you have MLS data to be able to pull your comparable sales inside of the system. Us, particularly, we keep notes on everything that we do inside of our property. So if one of my acquisition associates work the property, I'll know where they stop so we can actually pick that up. And you let me know when she join in, because I can't see it right now, Jay.
Yeah, I think she's probably trying to join in now. For
Okay.
some reason, I can't get into it.
All right. It's directly connected to your public data. So you'll have all the information that you need about your owners, tax information, mortgage information, history about the property. And then, of course, we put our custom fields inside of here to know how we're going to handle it, what we're going to do with that property. The best thing also about this too, especially those that are starting new, is that it will walk you from step 1 to step 10 through the whole entire process. Okay, to get that property closed. It's easy for us to onboard an acquisition manager that uses this system because we don't have to guess what's next. They can go through the steps and go from there. Seller contact, we have the ability to do skip tracing inside of here if we need to. This one, did we run a skip trace on this one? No. So I'll pull up a research. I just want to give you an idea of what that looks like. Let's see. Let me filter this. Let's look at that now. Actually, there's not one in there either. Let's run it anyway. Yeah, no information file.
Yeah, I just send them information, so hopefully she log in a second.
All right, yeah, I had a little bit of trouble getting in earlier myself. Let's do flakes. Yeah, we didn't run a report on her. There he is. So, I mean, I've already got contact for this seller, but I just went ahead and ran this report so you can see some of the information that you get for them. Most of the time you'd have an email address, they have one, but you'll get their mobile numbers, phone numbers, even their closest relatives if they come up to be deceased or maybe the property's in probate. So you've got a lot of information that comes up on these homeowners. And you see, I just ran this report. So it's quick, it's instant. You're going to get the information that you need to try to contact or make contact with someone to get in touch with them to see if they have an interest in selling or not. You know, we don't use it for that per se because we have other lead generating tools that bring stuff into our system. But this is just one of those things. We're able to send our letters out through this system. What do you use it for anything else, Jay?
I mean, I didn't hear everything that you said. I was actually on the call, but I mean, I use it pretty much for everything.
Yeah,
you know? It's pretty much a one-stop shop for me. You know, one of the great things I love about it, man, is that you're able to pull comps in all 50 states, right? So me as a virtual wholesaler, I'm not just in one market. So I'm wherever the deal is at is where I go.
Right.
So I'm able to pull up everything I need to do. If I need to find leads in those areas, I can pull up leads easily with, you know, using the software as well. And yeah, I think it's a great thing, man. For the price, you really can't.
You can't beat it. I mean, you really can't. You can't beat the. I'll tell you, starting out in this, when we first started, and technology has grown since 2004 to now. I was using file folders before systems came out, and I used all the other systems as they were growing in between. And then I finally ran across REI Pro, and we've been on this since I think 2015, either 2015, 2016. And we haven't switched yet. And so we use this system basically for everything. Now we have other systems that we use, but I can come right in here and get rolling. If I go to Lead Pro, what's the zip code? 75209 here.
Yeah.
In Dallas. So I can put that zip code in and I can look and say, okay, well, hey, I want to look at absentee owners or free and clear. I can actually pull that list or vacant properties in that zip code to do so. And if I'm not sure which one of these I want or stack them against each other, I'll just choose by strategy. Well, hey, look, I want to do wholesaling. So I'll click on wholesaling, and it's going to search that zip code and pull those properties up for me. Now I can filter those down a little bit. I mean, that's probably not the, is it Emma?
Yes, I see her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so that gives you the opportunity to be able to do that.
Yeah. But definitely, guys, it's important, man. Get you something that you're working with. If you're still using Zillow, Craigslist, and all that, Zillow, RealQuest, and all that stuff, you really don't have to do that. But go ahead and get you a good real estate software to use, man. And you guys will be miles ahead of a lot of new wholesalers coming in the game.
Yep.
And again, we don't get paid to tell you that. It's what
We don't.
actually use. They need to sponsor us. We need to call them up, man. So
yeah. I talked to Chris and Bo not too long ago. Yeah. So there's some new updates and things that are actually getting ready to come out. I always try to get them some feedback to help this system grow. So we'll see what's coming in the next few months or so.
Okay. So Miss Elma popped on here. She want to talk to us a little bit about her title company. What she have to offer. Jason, can you snatch it down for a second? Maybe blow up. Unless you can do it. Miss Elma, how are you? Hold on one second. Let me see if I can unmute you.
I got it.
You got it there?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great. I've been trying to catch you for a minute.
I don't know. Yesterday was kind of weird. You just texted me and I happened to be just sitting there, networking.
All right, it's all good. It's all good. I know you're trying to make it happen, so I'm not mad at you. So, but I got a few people on here. Some people just on the phone as well, and we want to talk a little bit about the title company you got going on. Are you the owner? Or you co-owner? Or?
Yeah, I'm one of the partners. It's three of us. It's myself, my other partner, and then our attorney, which is also a partner.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay. And so, we go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Do you think?
We have currently we have two locations. One is downtown Detroit in the Penobscot building, and the other is in Dearborn on Ford Road. And we're looking at, well, actually, we've already leased it, a satellite office in Southfield. So that'll just be for pop-ups, drive-bys, something quick in and out, just for that location, Royal Oak, Ferndale, Southfield, Oak Park, around that part. Okay. So you'll probably be seeing that posted in the next week or so.
Okay. So are you guys, well, the first question I have for you, do you guys close deals in other states as well, or just in
nope, just in Michigan right now. Detroit keeps me busy, so.
Okay. But you guys do work with wholesalers and investors and things of that nature, right?
Oh, absolutely. We work with them all the time. I actually do training classes on how to, what documents the title company need, or how to write up your JV agreement or your assignment, what invoices we're looking for, how to maneuver through the different city sites, all of that good stuff. Yes.
So we have people on here who never closed a deal. You have people on here who closed multiple deals.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of separates you guys from other title companies?
Education. And that's one of the things that you'll see. And I'm sure you deal with multiple title companies. And at the end of the day, what people think when they think of a title company is they think of us as an attorney, because they're saying, you hear it all the time. Well, I sent you my purchase agreement. Why didn't you, title company, do A, B, C, and D? That's what I hired you for. And we have to explain to folks, no, you hired us to give you a report, a title commitment, which is giving you a report of what's going on with that property. You did not hire us to go out and search for people or go out and chase deeds and go out and do all this other stuff. But folks tend to think that they did because they look at us as being attorneys. And as title folks, we have to be careful on the information that we share or how we explain things, because it could be interpreted as us giving legal advice when technically we're not, because we're not attorneys. But the way that we do it and what separates us from many of other title companies, especially in Michigan, because we cover all of Michigan, is I will educate you. You know, my resources run deep. I've been doing this for 20 some years. And, you know, from talking about the city of Detroit demolition all the way to Flint track books for pulling an OD, I know how to help you navigate to get where you need to get to help us help you clear title issues. You know, you can pick up the phone, you can call me. I mean, I'm on the line with you right now. You can bounce a question off of me. By the time you're done doing a deal with me, especially a wholesale deal, you're gonna know all the ins and outs where you don't make the mistakes on the first one. You're gonna make your mistakes on the first one, but you're gonna use those mistakes not to do it again for future deals. Trust me. I mean, you know, once wholesaling came out, I started teaching some of my guys, and I've been working with them seven years, and they still come back. And I mean, and they making mad money. So
you know what's kind of ironic, man? Well, kind of crazy a little bit. I'm originally from Saginaw, Michigan, so right next to Flint. And
right.
I've done deals from Dallas in Michigan, in Bay City and stuff, and Saginaw and all the Flint and stuff. And I had a hard time finding a title company that did those type of deals. I had a hard time. When I see you, I was like, I gotta get in contact with her. So everything go through you now. So now I know you guys do it, I'm ready to rock, man.
Oh yeah, we you know, I mean, again, you already know the big thing is tax foreclosures. You know, we specialize in clearing those or making them marketable, properties like that, or insuring them, whatever you want to call it, all the way down to mortgage foreclosures, which is becoming popular again with the auction, to, you know, just the wholesale stuff. You know, I mean, it's nothing that we don't do. You know, probably the only thing that we stopped doing are wraparounds. We don't do those anymore because of the legal ramifications and, you know, just the jam up. So we said it's not worth the money. But anything else, if it makes sense and it fits our guidelines with our underwriters, definitely open to talking about it and or probably servicing that product.
Okay. So, okay, do you guys have any questions? I got a few questions for you. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions for guys? Now, okay, so do you guys charge up front to start running title?
Yes and no. For most of our real estate agents and some of our wholesalers, if you come in the door with the contract, I mean, that lets you know you got to start somewhere. It's to build a relationship. So we do have on our order send out, there's a fee. We'll send an invoice just to get it in our books. If it's just a search, you got to pay. But if it's connected to a deal, we expect to get paid at closing. Now, if you come in, because we've had some wholesalers come in and they just want to order, nothing is closing. At that point, I got to have a conversation. Dude, you ordered like 5 commitments, nothing's closed. We got to start charging you. I mean, it is what it is, you know?
So do you have to have an end buyer already attached to the deal? I guess not.
No. And I don't encourage that you have an end buyer attached to the deal. I always encourage that you get your title first. You order your title the moment you lock down the deal with the seller. My advice is go ahead and get the title order, because if there's challenges, you need time to get that stuff taken care of. Because if you got your end buyer and it's an assignment deal, y'all ready to go. Now you got all these title issues. You probably won't meet that 7 to 10 day window. You looking bad. You got your end buyer looking at you like you're crazy, and you got to explain the deadline to your seller. So again, I always tell my guys, you really have to deal locked down with the seller. Get your title order so we'll know what we're dealing with.
Exactly. Now, how quickly is your turnaround time? No.
Right now, we're running 3 to 4 business days. That's within the Tri-County area. If we're looking at some Flint or some Saginaw, you got to tack on a couple of more days because we got to go through their search engine to get our documents. But for the typical stuff, it's about 3 to 4 business days.
Gotcha. So I'm actually a mobile signing agent as well. Notary signing agent, closing agent, and stuff like that as well. So do you guys work with those people as well?
I do and I don't. The reason I say that is because if you understand the documents, that's great. But being a closer for me, you're a representation of the company. So because the client doesn't know you from Adam, they just know you coming to close the deal. And if you're not representing yourself, which again is a representation of the company, you say the wrong thing or your actions, it falls back on us. So I do a lot of training with my closers in-house. There's a couple of folks that I've worked with and I'll refer some business out, but I like to train my closers from within so they understand, especially with wholesale deals, because if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I've seen it. So
right.
The reason why I asked you that is because like you guys are in the Detroit area, the metro area, or whatever. So if you got a deal that's somewhere in Bay City or towards Mackinac Island or whatever the case, you can talk that way. How do you get that deal closed in that situation?
Oh, we have a beautiful closing platform. So if it's my seller, like right now, we pulled away from doing a lot of overnight mailings and stuff because we have an online platform where a lot of my ladies are notarized or they're recognized in the state of Michigan as being digital notaries. So we have a closing platform that we use, and it's like what you and I are doing right now, but it's more secured, and it's a digital signature. We could just use that to close the seller. And if my buyer is cash, I mean, we're just doing DocuSign. Let's just keep this simple.
It's true. I do that as well. I'm with one notary as well, so I definitely understand. I don't know if you guys heard what she just said, but that was phenomenal. Because a lot of times you got the husband is maybe overseas.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? He may not be in the country, and he want to get his property sold, or he want to buy it, or whatever the case is. You can quickly get it done right online, man.
Oh yeah, that saved us. I mean, that has saved time and it has saved money, as far as getting these deals funded. That when they created that, it was like the best thing that could have happened for us.
And that was a win out of the pandemic right there. That was a win.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
I'm asking quick question. I don't know if this is real or not, but do you guys do commercial deals?
We sure do. We do land assemblage. I mean, my partner and I, that's how we kind of got in the game, before we flipped into wholesaling and tax foreclosure and all of that. And when you say commercial to me, if you're just talking about an apartment building, that's not commercial to me. That's just a big building sitting on some land. But commercial to me is we're talking 100 parcels, which is 100 properties, or 100 vacant lots, and we're consolidating those. So we're talking about spreading out and looking at that. That's considered commercial. Or we're dissecting some land and we're turning it into condominiums. So we're doing that type of stuff. But if you're just saying a building, a 16 unit, a 24 unit, I mean, that's still residential to us because the search is the same.
Land as well. Okay. All right. Hey, that was my question. Y'all got questions for her? She ain't playing. She's not playing. All right, I got a few people on here. Who got any comments, man?
I think we have a comment now. I mean, something that's kind of like based for her because she does that side, but also for our other investors. If it's commercial, how long should we actually be trying to get that contract for? Because normally we tell people, we're going to, even though we know it may not be 7, we'll say 14 days, 14 to 30 days. But when it's commercial, what's ideal? Like we know it should be 30, 60, 90 days. So what should we be telling the people when we're going to go?
Well, I said 60, 90 days, depending on the size. You're doing like 20 unit, you could do 60 days. You're doing like 100 unit stuff like that, you might want to do 90 days because you got to do a lot of things. You got to walk the
you got to think about the due diligence. It's more of the due diligence process than it is the title, because the title search is again going to be the same. We may go back further. We may do a 100-year search instead of a 40-year. But at the end of the day, it's still some land that was consolidated, and now you just got these structures on it, for apartments or what have you. So it's more of your due diligence that will take longer than the actual search. So for us, we ready once the search is done if the title is clear. But that's under the premises that you've done your inspections and you've done your walkthroughs and you got your door-to-door pricing and all of that stuff. Or if you got a lender involved and they're talking about environmental and whatever other requirements that they may want, you know what I'm saying? So I guess it depends if it's cash or if it's a financing with a lender or a couple of lenders, that may also dictate your closing time frame.
Yeah. Great question. So, okay, so like I said, we got a few new people on here. What can they do to make your life easier, to make the deal go through smooth?
Stop using the city site and doing their own searches. And I'm just being honest with you. I call folks like that junior examiners, because, and I get it, that's how you get your information, especially if you're doing driving for dollars or you're on the internet and you're searching for people that's behind in their taxes. That's what's targeting you for your area of purchase. I get why you do what you do, but especially if you're dealing with, again, our Oakland, our Wayne, our Macomb here in Michigan, our Flints, our Genesees, do not use the city sites to lock down the owners, because most of the time, the person that's on the taxpayer of record or the person that's on that city site is being the person that's getting the tax information. They may not be the owner. So your goal is to build a relationship with the title company, whether it's myself or ABC Title, so that you can say, hey, I got some property I'm looking at. I need to get a search done, or I need you guys to run title, so that you can know exactly who you're dealing with, who is the true owner. Because I mean, we probably do 200 plus searches a month. And when I'm dealing with my investors, 10 or 15 may fall out because they've entered into a contract with the taxpayer of record. That person was 2 owners ago. And now they're talking about let's close. We can't close. They don't own it. So that's one of the biggest challenges for us, really.
Wow. Okay. Hey, that was gold right there. That was gold. I've never thought about that. I've never had that issue.
I've had that issue. Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
Southeast.
I've had that issue. And then we had the bridge title one time too.
Wow.
Now, what do you mean when you say bridge title?
There was a break in owner transfer. So we had to, we had to bridge it.
A break in the chain of title?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, they doing our landscaping. I gotta move. I'm gonna have to jump off in a minute. I gotta jump on another Zoom.
No, you did your thing. I got one more quick question for you. So, do you guys partner up with any other title companies in any other cities, or just that one city that this Michigan?
You said partner?
Do you partner up with any other title companies in any other states, or are you just doing this?
I mean, I would partner up in states. I would go with the title company that has the same underwriter as myself. So, I have North America, which is DOMA now, and they're based out of Florida. So if there's any title companies that may have that underwriter, I would partner up with them. I don't do it as often. I mean, I have done it and I will do it, but it's a challenge because you got to keep in mind, you're my client. You're looking at me to take lead on this, but I know nothing about what's going on in that state. So now I'm dependent upon that sister company. Can it be done? Will I consider it? Yes. But it's far in between.
And I have one more question for me, and I'm done. I know this is kind of throwing off a little bit, right? So let's say if I come up with a great property in Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
We call. I said I always tell people too, man. A new wholesaler don't have a lot of cash buyers, right? For some reason, I get that. Man, I gotta get a cash buyer, but that's the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that'd be something they can call the title company for to get some cash buyers in that area?
We don't have a list because of privacy, but again, it goes with resources. I have tons of clients that's like, hey, if you know anybody selling or if you know anybody buying, let me know.
You know who they're
Yeah. So I get folks call me all the time talking about, can I get a list? No, I don't have a list,
Okay.
but I can give you this guy. I call this guy. I know he was just looking for an apartment, or call this guy because I know he got some doors he's selling. That's why I do my networking and do it the way I do it, because I don't want anyone to say I'm giving out their information. But if you following me on social media or we're in the same rooms, I'm gonna drop those resources for you.
Appreciate that. Listen, whenever you do something in Michigan, do a big party for the team. I'm coming.
Okay.
I gotta be there. So,
All right.
She gotta go, man. But man, my mind blown. You did your thing. You did your thing. Any questions, guys? I got a lot of people on here that don't have their pictures on or videos on. So.
I mean, I'm happy to come back. We can always set something up. I'm happy to come back, do a quick session. I know this is kind of impromptu. Just let me know what you want me to do. This is what I do.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming.
All right, I appreciate the opportunity. It was nice zooming with you guys. And yeah.
What'd you say, Chris?
The social media. Her social media. I have the property. Christian.
It's my name on Facebook, Emma Elder Howe.
Okay.
Just tag me there and I'll accept you.
Okay.
All right.
All righty.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very much on the Saturday.
Thanks, Jay.
Hustling on the Saturday. I see you.
Oh, always. All right, guys, I gotta go.
All right.
Bye-bye.
it's important to build a relationship with your title company, right? Especially one that's in your neighborhood, you know, in other states, if you can, get on out there, man, and, you know, talk to some title companies, man. She's, you know, I see she's very active too. I see they always doing different things, man. So you got, if you're a virtual wholesaler, you're doing deals in Michigan, get with her. You know, she, like I said, she'll kind of hold your hand through the whole process, right? So, but they're not attorneys. Like she just said, they're not attorneys. All right. So listen, we right on point, right on time, man. So any questions, guys? Have you guys checked out our new podcast that we're doing every Tuesday? It's about it's called Small Business Stand Up. It's on everything. YouTube, it's on Anchor, it's on Spotify, it's on our Facebook group as well, where we got a group of investors talking about business, real estate, life insurance, things of that nature. Picking up about 5 or 10 different topics or whatever and talking about it. So if you guys get a chance, go ahead and log in, tell us what you think. We're just starting, like this is the second episode. So there's a lot of growing pains, but we're gonna get better. So go in there and tell us what we're doing right, or go and tell us what we're doing wrong. It's all good. Okay? All right. Do anybody have a deal they want to pitch before we get off this call? Anybody have a comment before we get off the call? All right. So one more thing too. So here's my number, you guys. My text tool, I call it. 972-836-9814. If you would like to have the PowerPoint that I did a little earlier, just drop your email address on there, 972-836-9814. If you want a copy of this, drop your email address. But make sure you go to Mid City Network on Facebook, the Facebook group. Add yourself to that as well. So we do a lot of different things on there on a daily basis. And you know, we see some people on there that are admins. You know, add them to your Facebook group as well, because they all do some different things that can help you in your business. And again, with us, we're not charging a dime. We're gonna give you guys the game free. All right. Any questions? Hey, Joe, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, it's all good, man. I'm finna head to Detroit and do some deals with Miss Emma.
You going to Detroit?
Yeah. Well, why not, man? I mean, we were looking at Detroit anyway. Actually, it's on my list over here. So that's one of our new areas we're gonna start hitting.
Oh man, yeah, Detroit got some stuff going on up there right now. People.
Oh yeah.
So now you got your title company. Now you ready to go, man?
I'm ready to go, man. We're finna start marketing Monday morning.
Monday morning. Hey, you guys be safe, man. And we'll see you guys hopefully Tuesday at the new show, man. Small Business Stand Up. Talk to you guys then, man. Thanks for coming on.
Oh yeah, y'all have a good weekend.
Have a good one. Bye.
Y'all take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Appreciate you, Jay.
Oh yeah, man. It's all good, brother.